It's been a few years since I've been this mad after a loss. I'm not gonna lie. Usually I don't do this. Usually I don't come on right after the video when I'm mad. But let's do it, guys. I don't know. I mean, in a lot of ways, we played better today than I thought we would, and you know that's great. But damn, that we had that game late. We really did, and you know Notre Dame pulled it out in overtime, that first overtime session, and it comes down to a few things. Locker played just about flawless football. Threw for a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, ran the ball efficiently, probably the best I've seen him run the ball all year, except for maybe LSU. He made one bad throw all game, but it didn't matter because we picked up the first down on fourth down right after because he made a great throw. The fumble, I don't want to put that on him. That's about the offensive line. Made maybe one or two other throws that weren't quite perfect, but played as far as close to flawless as I could hope for from Jake Locker. Looked so good out there. Chris Polk. The yards weren't always there, especially near the goal line, and I'll get into that in a second, but he played so hard, broke so many tackles, made yards after contact, broke off lots of big runs, and had a great day. More than 100 rushing yards. Doing it every which way you could hope. Fogerson catching those little screen passes and getting first downs. And, you know, I'm going to talk more about the receivers later, but Curse had a big game. James Johnson had a long catch that set up the game-time field goal, and, you know, all that's great. And defensively, all game getting destroyed. Mostly through the air, but somewhat on the ground, but when Notre Dame got the ball inside the 25, until the very end, we stopped them all game. Forced them to kick field goals. Their one touchdown was, excuse me, their one touchdown was a 70-yard pass to Golden Tate. Something like that. All game, we're just shutting them down every time they get inside the 25. They don't get into the end zone. For all game. And it really looked like we had this one, and oh man, it's tough. And I'm proud of these guys for taking this to overtime on the road against Notre Dame, but it's got to be said, the receivers made me mad more than they made me happy, if I'm being perfectly honest. There was one drive early in the game where we had two back-to-back dropped passes. I can't remember by who, and it doesn't matter, but we had two first downs that were dropped by the receivers, killed the drive. That got me mad. That was a point in the game where we had the opportunity to take control, drive down the field, to eat up some time, do something. Didn't happen. And then in overtime, on 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 19, long pass right near the first down marker, right through the hands of, I think, Curse, who had a great game, but can't have that. And on the last play, the 4th and 19, Locker actually gets it out to Goodwin, DeAndre Goodwin. And, you know, he got popped, but he had it in his hand, so I'm going to hold it against him. You got to catch that. Offensive line made me so mad in this game. You know, Locker got sacked like 4 or 5 times. Very few of them, if any of them, were his fault. It was the offensive line was really doing a poor job out there. A lot of the game, we did have hard times running the ball, and at later points in the game, they looked like they were coming around. But at the end, when we needed one more inch to win this game, when we needed a goal line touchdown on 4th and inches, 3rd and inches, we even had 1st and inches, and our offensive line can't do it. And, you know, a lot of that goes to Notre Dame. They had awesome goal line stands. 3, technically. They had 3 awesome goal line stands, but whole team couldn't execute on the goal line, and, well, there you go. I mean, we had a 3rd and inches. Locker couldn't fall in the end zone because Offensive line just had no push. You could just tell those quarterback sneaks were going nowhere. And then we had a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line and couldn't get in. And we even got a second chance because of a roughing the snapper penalty. Couldn't get it in. Just bad. And then the offense in overtime completely fell apart because, well, incompletion, terrible sack because of the left tackle being a retard, and then the 2 drops. So that, but the secondary. Golden Tate annihilated us. Golden Tate, which I actually think is a hilarious name. He killed us. He really killed us. And it sucked. Because even late in the game, we were leaving him wide open, off the line of scrimmage. And I know he's a really good player, but we didn't pay him the extra attention that a player of that caliber deserves, and he destroyed us for it. Long catches, breaking tackles, everything. Just everything. And I don't think Notre Dame receivers dropped any passes today, so our receivers need to look across and see what they're doing for their quarterback, Jimmy Clausen, who had a great game too. Locker played great. Clausen played great. Clausen played actually through an injury. Moved around well. We couldn't get a pass rush on him at all for most of the game. When we did, he would just scramble out and find Golden Tate wide open like he was all game. And occasionally we did bring him down, but it wasn't enough. Because this secondary is just awful. I knew our defense wasn't very good, and it's not. The run defense is not very good. Pass defense is bad. But today, they really, really helped blow this game. You know, I know ND has a great offense, and I thought they'd be scoring up and down the field today, but we had the opportunity to win this game. On both sides. I can't say definitively that the defense is the only guy to blame here, because the offense had 10 chances inside the 5-yard line to punch it in, and we couldn't do it. Went for it on 4th down from the goal line. Couldn't get it. If we just kick the field goal there, I guess we're fine, but you know, I don't blame Sarkisian. I love the call to go for it on 4th down. If you can't get it, you don't deserve the points, and I guess we didn't deserve the points. Polk, again, great game, and god damn it, you know, he had a touchdown at the end there. I don't want to talk about it because it makes me mad, but I have no idea what the officials saw to overturn that bullcrap. That was tough. I have no idea. And you know what? If Polk was down on that touchdown, then god damn it, Notre Dame did not pick up that 2-point conversion, because his knee was down right near the goal line. And if Polk didn't get his touchdown, that should not have been a conversion. But thank you for that. This was one of the toughest losses in sports I've seen in a long time, and you know, there are a lot of people to blame here, a lot of parties to blame. I want to give props to this team for playing so well. A lot of the players on this team really went above and beyond trying to win this game, and we had a real opportunity to do it, but no, there's not much else to say, but props to the Fighting Irish. You know, I thought you guys would win a close game, and you did, but I didn't think we would have such a great opportunity to win it and blow it, so whatever. I'm out, guys. Bow down to Washington, I guess. I'll talk about the NFL stuff tonight, and I'm going to go mow the lawn now, so I'll cool down by then, but right now, I'm just kind of mad.